I finished high school, like secondary school, and when I finished, I didn't really have an idea as to what I wanted to do at college. Really, I knew I was creative, so I knew I was probably going to get into something like design or some sort of acting or some sort of drama, anything creative like that. I was really good at. Anyways, when I got to college, basically I went to this like really high achieving college in South London, and it was just one of those colleges where they expected you to have B or above. So like the average C like wasn't really good enough, and they wanted people who are high achieving from the beginning. I managed to get in, and when I did though, I managed, even though I got an in, I didn't have much options of what to take, so I took film studies, and I just loved it. It was amazing. We studied everything. We learned about Marilyn Monroe, you know, we learned about like Scarface, and you know, the whole gangster film genre and everything. It was just the best thing ever. Anyways, by the end of it, I got my A-levels, and I then progressed on to uni. So I went to Kingston University, and I got my degree, bachelor's degree in film and media studies in 3 years, and I graduated in 2014. I found that when I graduated, that my course wasn't really as practical as I thought it was going to be. It wasn't very practical at all. It was more or less very theory based rather than practical based. So when I actually finished, a lot of the opportunities that were on offer for jobs and stuff and for internships, they were expecting you to know how to use cameras, how to use the equipment, how to, you know the MacBooks back to front, know how to use Apple MacBooks, and how to use iMacs, hard drives, to know about camera technique and how to take professional pictures and stuff like that. And unfortunately the course was part practical, but it wasn't as practical. Every time I went to like a kind of internship, they just took the piss with me basically. They would be like, oh, okay, yeah, it's an internship, and when I got there, all I would be doing is basically making film, like tea and coffee for execs, like running around after them, getting their lunch. And it was called the runner, right? And a runner is basically your lowest starting point when you're in the industry, and then you kind of work your way up. And this is like a normal kind of thing like to do. You start at the bottom and then you kind of work your way up. But something from the beginning for me was just like, no, innit? Like, I'm not, why do I have to be someone's runner to learn about film, like, and how to produce media? And I couldn't get my head around it. I literally was thinking, so I've studied film only to be making tea and coffee for somebody. So I couldn't like get my head around it. And this is, by all means, I'm just letting you know, this is a very normal thing. But for me, I just could not do it. I just thought to myself, I want to be creating media. Why am I having to do this? I had a friend basically that introduced me to this kind of like after school like club sort of thing that did like this whole media kind of group thing. And then I met like some good friends there, and then we had time to like produce this media and content, learn how to use Adobe software, learn how to film, and you know, just get used to the cameras and stuff, and actually learn the practical side of filmmaking. And that was great. And honestly, that was a good time, because there was a lot of times where I didn't feel confident. Even after getting my degree, I didn't feel confident that I could actually use cameras and stuff like that. So I was like, I've got a degree but I don't know how to use cameras. And I wasn't confident with editing and stuff like that. We edit here and there, but we wasn't editing like all the time. So if anyone is at uni right now, you know, the best thing to do is honestly get practical in your spare time, so that when you graduate, you already have that skill set and you already have a portfolio to show people when you go to these job interviews and these internships, so that you're not basically taken for a mug, and you're not being told to run after people and be like a runner. You don't always have to have it basically. If it's a big brand, usually they will have you as a runner, but sometimes there was independent companies asking me to be a runner, and it was just like how long do you want me to work for free for? And that's another thing, they want you to work for free. They want you to work for free. And as a student that was already struggling with student finance and just, you know, paying your little, you know, you ain't got that much money anyway, they want you to then, after you've graduated, work for free for a multiple amount of weeks. nah, I said I couldn't. I said no, I can't do that. Anyway, long story short, basically what I did was I decided that I wanted to be, after a few internships, so I decided that maybe the way for me to do it was I wanted to create media. I got into this idea of having my own business and creating content. I basically just said I'm going to be a content creator. And then times YouTube was really popular. It was still kind of new. 2014, it wasn't like there were so many. There were a lot, but there weren't so many like there are now. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to do this. So in 2016 I started like an Instagram blog and started off from there, and then I just kept creating more and more stuff. So at first it was pictures, then it was videos. You know, I've filmed a podcast here or two, even though I haven't put them out. I've done like mini videos on TikTok, mini videos on Instagram, I've done full-length YouTube videos, and you know, I just love creating content. It was all just like, you know, researching and basically doing research in my spare time, and then just, you know, taking that leap of faith and just putting that content out and see what people's responses are. So I just want to encourage anybody, especially females out there, and especially black female content creators or black females who want to be content creators, to just go for it. Like, if it's a skill set, you build up your skill set, and then as time goes on you will feel more confident in, you know, setting up your actual business and then actually charging for your services or your product. So I just wanted to say, you know, encourage you guys, do it, get into it, don't feel scared. And if you have any sort of questions about content creation, or you want to see more of my work, you can go on my Instagram page, which is @SherieChantal_Sylvester, and you can see like the kind of content that I make on there. So anyways, any sort of questions you guys have about how I got into film and media and content creation and stuff, please write in the comments, and I'll be happy to get back to you. And for the next video, let me know what you guys would want to know how to actually learn. What tutorials do you want to see to improve or to get you started? Because that's what I want to do. You know, I want to help you guys. I want to actually put out content that's going to be useful for you guys and actually have you guys learn. But I hope you guys found that video useful, and I will see you in the next one, guys.